All right, so we're going to be multiplying decimals today. Example 1, Delia bought 3.2 pounds of peppers. The peppers cost $1.99 per pound. What was the total cost of the peppers? So right here, anytime we see the word per or each or every, all right, a lot of the time that will talk about 1 pound. So this means the peppers cost $1.99 for 1 pound of peppers. And so with that per, each, and every, those words can give a hint to groups, which can either mean to multiply or divide. So since it asks for the total, we're going to multiply. If it already gave us the total, we would think about dividing. So what operation are we going to use? We're going to multiply because it's asking for the total. We're going to ignore the decimals and write what's comfortable. So our original problem is 3 2/10 times $1.99. So if we ignore the decimals here, that's 32. If we can ignore the decimals here, that's 199. So when I say what's comfortable, when we multiply, we usually put the number with the most digits on top and the number with the least digits on bottom. So keep with that. We're not going to learn a totally new way to multiply as far as this is concerned. So 2 times 9 is 18, carry your 1. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19, carry your 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. All right, so we're finished with the 2. If there's 1 marked out here, that means you're going to have 1 place value here. So since we're starting multiplying in the tens place with the 3, we want to put our first number in the tens place in our work. So 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 9 is 27 plus 2 is 29. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. And we're going to add these together. So now that we have this number, we're going to look back and we're going to count how many decimal places to the right of the decimal in each number. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 places behind the decimal to the right of the decimal. And so in our answer, we're going to make sure that we have 1, 2, 3 places to the right of the decimal. Now, you only do this with money, and you will not have to do this in your homework. But if it is money, if we're talking about money, because the question was what's the total cost of the peppers, we're going to look and we're going to say, okay, we know that in our money system, we have dimes and we have pennies, and we don't have anything that goes to the thousandths place with our coins. So really this is $6.36. But if you have a number here that's 5 or more, that's going to bump that 36 cents up to 37 cents. So it's really going to be $6.37. And again, you do not have to do this on your homework. Okay, most of them will only go 2 places behind the decimal if it's money. Now, if it's not money, you would have left it just like this. All right, let's look at our next one. Example 2. Blades of grass grow 3 7/500 inches per month. Here we have the per again. So that means in 1 month, that's how long it grows. And again, remember, with the word per or each or every, it means groups. So we're again going to multiply or divide. So if the grass continues to grow at this rate, how much will the grass grow in 6.5 months? So it's asking how much the grass will grow, and what they really mean was how much total will the grass grow in 6.5 months. If it grows this in 1 month, how long will it grow in 6.5 months? So our original problem is going to be 6.5 times 3 7/500. Now again, if I ignore the decimal, this is 65. If I ignore the decimal, that's 375. So I'm going to write my multiplication problem like I normally would if I was multiplying those 2 whole numbers. So 5 times 5 is 5, carry my 2. That's 35 plus 2 is 37. That's 15 plus 3 is 18. Okay, I'm done with my 5, so put your placeholder. 6 times 5 is 30. 42 plus 3 is 45. And 18 plus 4 is 22. Add them together. And we get this number. Now let's count. Places to the right of the decimal. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3 places to the right of the decimal. So let's think of this as a reasonable answer, if 24 is reasonable. So look at your whole numbers. 6 times 3 is 18. And so since these are a little bit more than 6 and 3, this should be a little bit more than 18, which it is. We didn't put the decimal in the wrong place and get 243 or 2. All right, so that's a reasonable answer.